Welcome back to Transfer Talk on Football Daily, where we break down the latest rumours and gossip surrounding the Premier League's best players. Without further ado, let's get into the video. We kick off this week's transfer talk in Barcelona, where not satisfied with the Blaugrana's excellent start to the season that sees Xavi's unbeaten side sit top of the league after 9 games, President Joan Laporta and Sporting Director Mateo Almeni are making plans to strengthen the squad. Fabrizio Romano tweeted earlier this week that the Catalan side are going to continue to try and utilise the free agent market, with Almeni reportedly saying, "This year we've done it with Kessier, Christensen, Marcos Alonso and Bellerin, with many more to come." And it looks like the wheels could already be in motion. Tutto Mercato Web wrote this week that Jorginho's agent João Santos was spotted in Barcelona, which of course, it could be a coincidence. But the fact that the Chelsea midfielder's contract expires next summer and that he's shown no signs of renewing means he fits Almeni's quotes perfectly. The 30-year-old Italian is in the midst of his 5th season in West London following his £50 million move from Napoli, and after initially struggling to win over the Stamford Bridge faithful, has been a key member of the side that won the Champions League and Europa League, as well as reaching 3 FA Cup finals. However, approaching the twilight of his career, we don't doubt that the Euros winner would jump at the chance to finally win a league title, having failed to do so far in his glittering career. Whether he's an intelligent replacement for a 34-year-old Busquets given his age and increasingly fragile body though is another matter entirely. It doesn't stop there for Barcelona though, with Sport reporting that Manchester United's Diogo Dalot is also in their sights. The 23-year-old Portuguese signed by Mourinho in 2018 has finally made the right-back slot his own this season. The former Milan loanee has started 11 League and Europa League games to date and ranks first in the squad for tackles, interceptions and second for chances created, behind only Bruno Fernandes. A remarkable turnaround for a player that only started 13 league games across his first 2 seasons at Old Trafford. With the injury-prone Bellerin the club's only real out-and-out right-back, strengthening in that position is a smart idea. And with Dalot's contract up in the summer, although United do have an optional extra year, this could potentially pose good value for the club. We head to North London now, where despite an excellent start to the season that has seen the Gunners lose just 1 of their 11 games at the time of writing, winning the other 10, Arteta isn't resting on his laurels. Having supposedly spotted that Arsenal are a little light at centre forward with Gabriel Jesus and Eddie Nketiah, their out-and-out number 9s, a risk if they want to challenge on multiple fronts this season, Arteta has reportedly earmarked 2 names from across the continent that could arrive in January. First up is Porto striker Mehdi Taremi, who was reportedly scouted by a number of Premier League sides last summer, including Chelsea. The 30-year-old Iranian, who will soon have the chance to show the world what he can do against England, USA and Wales in Qatar, has provided 7 goals and 7 assists in 12 games so far this season. Portuguese outlet Ebola claim this has supposedly perked the interest of Arsenal, and given the fact his contract expires in 2024, he might not break the bank either. But let's face it, given the fact that he is 30 and Arteta has signed extremely young so far, this doesn't exactly feel like the most natural fit. The alternative is far more in keeping with Arsenal's current transfer policy, with the club supposedly identifying Club Brugge's Ferran Jutgla as a January transfer target. The 23-year-old came through the Espanyol Academy before spending a season with Barcelona in 21-22, scoring twice in 9 appearances. However, with his first team opportunities looking limited, Xavi sanctioned his €5 million departure to Belgium. If he was disappointed though, he's been quick to get over it, scoring a remarkable 8 goals in 14 games alongside 5 assists, and helping Club Brugge top a group containing Atletico Madrid, FC Porto and Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League. Whilst he might be running a little hot in Europe, this is a player averaging over 4 shots and nearly 2 chances created per 90 in the Belgian Pro League. And Todo Vichar has claimed that Brugge might be willing to sell him for a fee of around €15 million in January. Quite why they do that remains a mystery, but that never seems to stop the Spanish outlet. Bruno Guimaraes is quite rightly attracting a lot of headlines this season, leading the league's midfielders in tackles, carries, chances created and through balls per 90, whilst also contributing to 2 goals and 1 assist in 6 appearances. The former Lyon man has helped Newcastle to 6th, 2 points off 4th place Chelsea. You don't perform at that level without attracting admiring glances, however, and according to the Daily Mail, whilst Real Madrid, Juventus and PSG want to sign the 8-cap Brazilian, it is Manchester City who are the current favourites for his signature. The report adds that whilst the Saudi-backed club are under no pressure to sell Bruno given the fact his contract still has 4 years to run, Pep Guardiola is reportedly very interested in bringing him to the Etihad. With Gundogan out of contract next summer, Bernardo Silva's long-term future uncertain, and De Bruyne 32 next June, this seems like a pretty sensible idea. Whilst the club have been heavily linked across Europe with moves for Bundesliga stars Jude Bellingham and Jamal Musiala in recent days, Bruno Guimaraes would likely be significantly cheaper, and it would certainly be interesting to see at what price Newcastle could be brought to the table. This season isn't quite going as planned at Liverpool, with Klopp's side already finding themselves 14 points off Premier League leaders Arsenal, having won just 2 of their first 8 matches. Their issues in midfield, they're well documented, and it's expected that the club's owners, FSG, will invest heavily should the right player be identified. And on Euro Transfer Talk on EFD yesterday, there was plenty of reports suggesting that player could be Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. However, there's a player a lot closer to home they've also reportedly had their eyes on, and if they're willing to wait until next summer to fix their problem, they supposedly could be ready to make a move for Declan Rice, according to Football Insider. Fellow England international Jude Bellingham has also been linked with the Anfield side, as has RB Leipzig's Konrad Laimer, but with the likes of Chelsea, Man City and Real Madrid interested in the 19-year-old, they may well turn their attention to the West Ham captain. The Hammers have endured a pretty slow start to the Premier League campaign, but 23-year-old Rice has remained a consistent presence at the London Stadium, as David Moyes looks to have steadied their early season woes. He ranks comfortably top 10 in the division for defensive actions per 90, and more specifically his 2.7 interceptions per game ranks him in the top 5% of midfielders in Europe. Rice has also shown he can be more progressive with the ball too, ranking 4th in the West Ham squad with 1.1 chances created per game, as well as being amongst Europe's elite for his progressive carry statistics. But of course, the midfielder remains vital to his current club, and with a contract in place until 2025, won't come cheaply. Moyes has valued his captain at an almost 150 million quid in past interviews. It is of course far more likely that West Ham would accept an offer less than that, but with European aspirations of their own, it could surely still rival the British transfer record of £100 million that Man City paid Aston Villa for Jack Grealish last year. Liverpool would also have to contend with fierce competition for Rice's signature, with Chelsea long touted as the favourites to prize the talent away from East London. But Reds fans, we want to hear from you. Is Declan Rice the right player to fix your midfield? And how much would you be willing to pay for him? Let us know in the comments below. Guess what we're ending this week's episode with? That's right, there's more drama at PSG. Just as you thought everything was settling down and the club were finally destined for that elusive Champions League trophy, just months after signing a new contract once again, Kylian Mbappe's relationship with the club's hierarchy has reportedly broken down, and according to Marca, it is entirely irreparable, and that the 23-year-old wants out as soon as January. Despite Marca's claims, the Telegraph suggesting today that PSG are adamant they will not sell the player, and that it would take upwards of €300 million to even bring them to the negotiating table for a player that signed a new contract in May. According to reports in France, though, Mbappe feels that the board have betrayed him, especially when it comes to the contract he signed to remain at the club earlier this year, with the attacker believing he was only going to extend until 2024. Not 2025 as was publicised. Then there's the on-the-pitch issues, as despite the club getting results, he and Neymar are apparently at loggerheads once more, as well as appearing to hit out at coach Christophe Galtier's tactics on social media. Luis Campos has since claimed that the story is false and that Mbappe has never told him he's unhappy at the club, which makes the fact that Le Parisien claimed that Campos was going to walk himself away from the club last night even more bizarre. So just as everything seemed to be heading in the right direction, it's all going wrong again at PSG. But if you want to keep up with the latest Kylian Mbappe developments, scan the QR code on screen right now to access Sky Sports' transfer centre. It looks like we're set for another crazy few months. So that was it for today's episode of Transfer Talk on Football Daily. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, watch our other videos, all that good stuff. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.